So there are no passengers, and that's what happens when we click on it. So that function is pretty simple, right? Are we together so far? Is there any confusion at any point right now?
No.
Now move ahead.
That's Charles, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so let me hear from others. Carpenter John, your hand is up.
Just assimilate him. Move on.
Okay, good afternoon, ma. I want to ask a question. Can I go ahead? Okay. My question is that according to the string of code you wrote, I'm seeing that you combined your HTML. You wrote your HTML and your JSS and CSS on one file. How is that possible?
All right, is that all the question you have?
The reason why I asked was because I was privileged to create first web page, and according to the method I learned, there was a module you include in the index file to alert the index that the JSS script you are writing is connected, or the CSS script is connected to the index. There is a module you put there. But this method is new to me, and I feel it's a lot easier and more simple instead of having three different, faces for code.
All right. So does anybody have another question before we answer Carpenter's question? Ibrahim, are you following? Gold Kid, Lesson Paul.
Yes, yes.
Yes, I'm following.
Okay, Blessing, your hand is up.
I'd like to know why you use inner text, inner HTML, and inner context within the same script. Like, why did you do that? Why did you do that? I just want to know why you did that.
Just trying out all of them. Okay, remember that we all came here to learn, right? So I was basically experimenting, but from my experimenting and research, I got to understand that it's um it would benefit me more to use text content than inner text and inner HTML. I'm thinking that there are probably times that I would need inner text or inner HTML, preferably over text content, but I'll just try out everything.
Okay, thank you.
All right, so for Capital's question, right, when I started, I told us that I had put my JavaScript inside a script tag. I put that inside the body of my HTML, but then I said I had a style sheet somewhere else that I linked to my HTML, and the style sheet is right here. I called it style.css. So I was going to put everything in the same page, right? Just to keep it simple. Because I didn't expect to do a lot of styling, but I ended up doing something about 50 something lines long, and I felt that no, there's no need of leaving it inside the index.html page. So let me just move it to a file of its own. So I created another file and I linked it to the HTML. But then when it came to the JavaScript, I realized that what I was doing in the JavaScript was something pretty basic and pretty simple and just a few lines of code. And I also wanted ease. I did not want to start switching between files just to get a few ID names like that. So I just put it inside here. But the professional thing to do would have been to put um, all of these JavaScript inside a separate file and just link the JavaScript to the index or HTML. That would be really useful if you have a lot of JavaScript you're writing, and if you also want that JavaScript to be used on other, if you want that JavaScript file to be used on other HTML files. So all you need to do is just link link that particular JavaScript file to your other HTML files, right? But in this case, if I have another HTML file that is going to make use of this JavaScript, I'll have to go and type all those things all over again or copy paste, which is just going to keep everything lengthy. So since I'm not sharing this JavaScript with another HTML file and it's very small, I put it inside my HTML file just there, but it's not the usual thing to do. I don't know if that answers your question, Carpenter.
Yes, ma, you have, ma. Thank you, ma.
Thank you, sir. Okay, so we have talked about what happens when we click on the increase button, the increase function, and the decrease function. And what about the save? Now, the save is doing something. Each time we click on the save button, it's giving us our previous entries. How is the save button doing that? Now, remember that before hitting the save at first, all we have is previous entries, and it's a paragraph right here. But now we are using JavaScript to add contents to our HTML. Now, let me show you something. Look at this what's it called now? Look at this guy Vero. I'm going to increase this just a few times and hit save, and it becomes 7 with a dash, 0 with a dash. Now, if I should go and inspect this page, right? I want to go and look for this paragraph. Yeah, come here, wait from here. Where is that paragraph? Um, I haven't seen the paragraph again, sir. Mr. Abiodun, how do I get my paragraph?
Um, I think you're on. I've really forgotten this thing. Can you click on layout? I think it should be you're on styles. I'm not sure. No, layout under the styles. This thing.
Okay, sorry, it
Um,
was.
I, okay, it's still there. Shani is supposed to be there. That's it. There. That's it. There. Oh,
Yeah,
it's probably because you shrink your distance. That's why
yeah,
it's probably.
yeah. Okay, so where is that? Okay, now okay, look at this. Okay, look at my original um paragraph. It has previous entries, but after I clicked save, the save button, you can now see that something else was added to my paragraph 7-0. Where is that save button? I want to click it again. Are you seeing the moment I clicked, something else is added again? The moment I click, something else is added. Are you guys seeing this thing that is happening?
Yes, yes.
Let me click the increase button. While I'm clicking the increase button, you can see the H1 that was 11 is that was 9 is now 11. I click on it again, H1 becomes 12. So this is dumb scripting. This is dumb manipulation, basically. And by the time I hit save now, you can see 13 has now been added to the HTML. So how is this? How am I able to add um, something to my paragraph using JavaScript? So what I did now was first thing I did was to go and get this paragraph. Remember how we got this H1? What did we use to get H1 before? Which method did we use to get H1?
Get element by ID.
Get element by ID. So that's the same way we were able to get the paragraph. We see the document, the get element by ID, and I had called this very
Save
carefully
L.
to use a descriptive name. Element element, element. Okay, I hope it still works. Okay. All right, so now I created a variable. I said let save elements be equal to the document.get element by id save element. So remember that this save element is now going to get this particular paragraph. And if we console log this variable just to see its contents, we are going to see that paragraph. So if I say console, we did this before, but let me do it again. Repetition is the kini for. So if I should console.log this particular variable just to see its content, right? I save and go to my browser console. Is it comma? Yeah, okay, it's there. It's right there. It's right there. All right. So this is returning the paragraph that has the ID. Remember, hash is used to signify ID. Why dot is used to signify class. So this is the content of save element. Now the content of this variable called save element is my paragraph. Now that I have my paragraph in the variable, I can manipulate. So what exactly do I want to do to the paragraph? What do I want to do to the paragraph? I created a save function, exactly the same way I call these other functions. And what am I doing right here actually? All I'm doing is I'm taking the content of passenger count variable. So if it becomes three, it becomes seven, I'm taking this seven and I'm typing it right here. I'm just putting it right here. So seven and a dash. If it becomes two, three, I just put a three right there. So basically what I'm doing is that I call the text content and I make it plus equal to, now look at what I created this variable called count and dash. That means
Huh.
zero and dash. Okay. So it's going to be equal to passenger count, which is zero here right now, plus this dash like this, plus the dash. So together, oh my god, I don't rubbish. So together, I saved it in a variable. So the passenger count and a dash. And then the next thing I did was to alter the text content of this paragraph. Now, see, observe that I did plus equals to. If I did not do this plus equal to and I just did equal to, see that the former content of my paragraph has disappeared. That's because I did equals to. But when I did plus equals, meaning that I want to add to the content, to the already existing content of my paragraph. I want to add something to it. So don't throw away my existing content, just add something to it. So what was it adding? It was adding the count and adding a dash too. And then once it has done that, make passenger count equal to zero. So remember, like we said, the Agbero guy has counted, okay, seven passengers have entered this bus. I want to save my entry. He cannot continue from seven. He has to start counting for a totally new bus now. So he has to start counting from zero, one, two, three. So that was why we now made passenger count to become equal to zero. And we now made the count element to now be the passenger count. So we made passenger count to be equal to zero, and then we made this guy, which is the H1, to become equal to that new zero, right? That new value of passenger count. So that's the basic thing that this save function is doing. That's what it's doing. It's adding passenger count to the paragraph and making this count element zero. That's all it does. So now to invoke that function again, remember we talked about add event listeners. and the event listener we're adding here is on click, so that when you click on the save button, it does that, it calls that function. So what if I did not do on click? What if I just want to hover around the button and it does exactly what I want it to do? The event listener that I can use here is called on mouse. See, this is what VS Code does. It shows you like list of events. Look at them. There are many. On mouse down, on mouse enter, on mouse leave, on mouse move, blah blah blah. So I want on mouse over, and I save. So by the time I move my mouse to save, it's supposed to call that function for me. Can you see that? Are you seeing that? You guys are not responding.
Yeah, we'll see.
Okay, so that's if I use on mouse over, but I actually wanted to use on click. So save that.
Hello?
So basically what we have done here is that we have used this particular simple project to explain how you can alter your HTML
Please,
using
I have a question.
JavaScript. Okay, ask your
Hello?
question.
Yeah, when you were treating the last part, I think I was having network issue. So can you just come again that part? Yeah, what really happens in this save function? Sorry, I'm drawing
Okay,
you back. Oh.
no, no problem. Somebody is going to answer the question. Can somebody who actually heard just put up your hand and explain to Charles? Or I would have to do the honors by calling anybody's name. So you raise your hand like you want to explain what the save function is doing right here to Charles. Okay, Abiodun, please go ahead.
Okay, I hope you can hear me. My network might be lagging a bit.
I can hear you right now.
Okay, Charles, what this save function is actually doing is now we are declaring a variable called what count and dash. And this count and dash, we are saving passenger count plus. That means we are trying to concatenate passenger count, which is already a variable, which is this represent. If you scroll up a little bit, I think there's a place that this passenger count was declared. Okay, yeah. So this passenger count, originally the count the is 0. So we are just concatenating whatever value is in passenger count with what? With dash. There's a space around the dash. Okay. Then the next thing I want to now this save element, we've already gotten the what? The element we've already gotten the elements. That's we've used the DOM manipulation to get element by ID, but it should target what? Where you have this what? Where you have this what? Element ID save element, which is that paragraph. So we want to like get that paragraph dot the text content. That's the content of that paragraph. We want to what? Want to modify it by what? By using this plus equal to operator. That means we are trying to what? We are trying to have additional, like now, this is the original content of this save element, which is previous entry colon. So what this line 51 is doing is adding what? Some more content to this what? Previous entry colon, which is what? Which is this count dash and dash. So when you click on save, you do this count variable. We have what? 0 will be added to and dash. Then this 0 dash will now be added to what? Whatever is in the what? In the save element, what was there before. Is not overriding it. It's just like you appending something to it. That's what this plus equal to is. Then after clicking on save, want to set back the what? The passenger count to 0. Then want to update the 0 to what, to that count element dot text content. I think count element is what we have here, this 0 that we have here. That's the H1 tag after the what, after these passengers. So that's it. Is it clear?
Yeah, it's a bit clear.
Okay, thank you so much, Abiodun.
Thank
Uh, I have a I have a contribution.
Please go ahead.
So when declaring a function using the ES6 style, that's this arrow function, we want to use const instead of let, because we are not actually what, mutating the variable. Is a constant. Function is always a constant. It can be mutated. And also when we are getting the element from the document, we also want to use const, not let. It's just, since you are not taught, you don't want to update the values of those variables. It can never be updated anyway. So let's use the right keyword.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, so I feel like handing over to Topman. Is he here?
It's just a feeling. Don't be move up. Don't be move up about what you feel.
Okay, I'm handing over to Topman.
Just a thought. Don't be about what you think.
Well, it makes sense like this, right? This is correct way. This
Yeah,
way,
it still does the same thing, but at least the code is well. It's good.
Wow. I'm looking at. I'm just feeling pity for the person that will come for this video later because of all the constraints that we have. I couldn't record. I wasn't. I mean, I joined. I didn't know you have gone. You had gone. You had gone this far. I really wish I recorded everything. Man, it was not easy. Man, at some point I lost hope. I thought I wouldn't be able to be present for this section. But thank God I showed up, and thank you, Ubi, for
pastor
not
finally came on. Like at the meeting time, past to
as that's quite funny. Ubi's laptop refused to come on. She informed me. I had told her you'll be here, you're taking this section. Suddenly, no way again. Me too. I don't want to start explaining it because this is recorded now. You will see it. But I went through a lot. But finally, I'm here, and I want to believe that you learn. Is there anyone that is confused about what happened here so far? Anyone that's confused? Do we need to do any? Should we write something from the scratch? Is anyone confused? Okay, no one. We all got it.
Please, I'm still
So,
confused.
okay. But what's happening basically? Your concern should be.
Hello, Topman.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I say me, I'm still confused. I don't know whether
I got that. I got that. So your concern should be um, having that capacity, that ability to manipulate um, HTML document or CSS document. That should be your major concern. I mean, knowing that you can actually manipulate it. That should be a major concern. So let's do something from the scratch. If you promise that all of you will be part of it, at the point where you get tired, I will get tired as well. Do you agree? We are writing a HTML document from the scratch. You're writing CSS from the scratch, and we're writing some JS from the scratch. Of course, it has to be simple. It has to be simple.
Yes.
All right. Anyway, thank you so very much. I wish I recorded everything you did. Oh no. Should I share my screen? I think I should. I like to share my entire screen. I just don't know why. All right, let's go. I want to believe you can see my screen right now.
Yes, please, I can see your screen.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you. Wow, interesting. I already have what is it called? What is this one now? It's my first.
They want to dash you 351 US
I
dollars.
don't
You
want.
know,
I don't want
collecting.
now. I want React knowledge. I want to stay in my room and make the money of myself. Don't not dash me. Okay. Uh, so here is a new directory. So let's go. HTML or CSS. What am I saying? It's HTML or CSS. Index. This is just a conversion, right? You want to name your landing page index. I mean, okay. Let's just drop it codes. So practice.html.
Mr. Topman. Boss, I hope
Yes.
you're okay.
What?
Hey, I hope you're good. This is what we don't they call HTML.css.
How about that? How about that? I just to be okay. I just to be okay. All right. Practice of HTML. And what is HTML? What does HTML do? I mean, how does it work? You know, and this is how it works. I mean, um, let's try something new. Um, let's try this. Let's try this out. Let's try this out. I like to talk as though I'm just an LAS student, even if someone who is not in LAS can still watch this video. I want to use my live server. I just right click and get this. So if you're watching this right now from YouTube, we are some interesting pairs that chose to learn to become React developers in 2 months and decided to put up our work for others to see who might be interested. And that's what is going on here right now. Okay. So if you follow the video series, you're going to learn a lot, but you can't depend entirely on it because basically what you're doing is we are coming to now see what we've learned, how far we've gone, and share knowledge with ourselves so that each and every one of us can be inspired to study on our own as individuals and do some more work. So I like that mic you muted as a mic that is telling me. That's Charles, right? Thank you. So let's start this out. You can see what I just wrote on. That's what it is. That's what it is. I mean, what's this guy? Live reload is not possible without a head or body tag. Get out from that place. Ask you. All right, so, but I didn't follow any format. That's what document. What is document? I mean, text, email. I mean, some files being put together. Somewhere. That's what you're talking about, right? So we'll say HTML document. HTML. I hope I'm not going to be wrong. Hypertext. Markdown language. Hello, am I correct? Hypertext something Markdown language. somebody, somebody help.
Yes, you're correct.
You're correct.
All right, all right. Now,
No,
so
it's
it's a kind
markup.
of language. What markup? Markup.
Yeah,
Okay, markup. All right.
Yeah.
Thank you. Now, you're just trying to have this test display, but as you do on WhatsApp, if I were to be on WhatsApp typing this right now, I don't have WhatsApp desktop again. I would have done it live. If I put asterisk here and put asterisk at the end, what will happen? Somebody talk to me. What will happen?
To bolding it.
Thank you. It becomes bold. So that now introduces the use of syntax. Okay, so that's what we need. Syntax. Syntax is what we need to get this document to look the way we want it to look. You know, in terms of formatting the text. All right, getting the text formatted. Now, we want to follow a particular format, declaring that okay, this thing is a format that will make every browser understand. This is Brave browser I'm using. It just knows. There's no problem. It just knows. It doesn't have any problem. It just has only tests to put out. But if I okay, for example, if I want to write this in on different paragraph, and even if I press enter to this, but let's see what happened. Let's see what happened. Let's see what happened. Could this be another paragraph? I'm just pleading that anyone that wants to see this video on YouTube should patiently get to this point, because from that point that I started recording, the person will just close it and say these people are speaking Arabic language, something. See, I'm talking as though someone will not view it from Arab. People are speaking strange language. Could this be another paragraph? Okay, my live server. Will you agree? Okay, so you refused. It was not another paragraph because there's a language, there's a way you tell it. There's a way you tell this browser, this Brave browser, and of course, Brave browser is not the only browser there is. There is Chrome, there is Mozilla Firefox, Microsoft Edge, Internet Explorer, many of them, and don't have exactly the same character, right? But there is something you do that I mean that make each and every one of them say, okay, let me interpret this thing. So this is a language that um, all of them understands. I believe. I believe HTML is understood by all of them. They have a way of interpreting it. Okay. Now, uh, but if I had done something like this, I didn't come to teach HTML, right? If I had done something like this, line break, uh, maybe not another paragraph, or not, of course not, but something should happen. I believe something should happen. So refresh. Nice. It's down. It's down. So let's now make this look better. Hey, this is VS Code. Now I'm beginning to enjoy VS Code. I just need to type only this, only exclamation mark, and press enter, and it will produce these things that I would have been producing by myself if I was using Emacs. I would have written or typed all these things myself if I was using Emacs. But now I think I'm beginning to appreciate VS Code. Now you need to have your doc type declared, right? And then the HTML tag. Everything will be enclosed in the HTML tag. This is the opening tag. This is the closing tag. Is there anyone here who does not have a good knowledge of HTML? You don't know anything about HTML. I'm going to skip this side if there's no one. Great. So I'll beat you. I'll beat you, baby. I need to flog you. So everybody knows HTML. So I'm going with speed. We have passed the HTML part now. So I'll just take this off. And this is the body. So let me put everything I want here in this body. Title. This is what should be displayed on Java. I don't want document as a title. Let's see. JS in EX6. I don't know whether that makes sense, but that's what I want as my title. Let's see whether the live server will respect that. So refresh. So look at it here now. Is that the title? Look at it there. It's not the title of the page, which does not display, of course. All right. So I want to have let's build a simple website. Let's build a simple web page. What am I building now? I don't even know. If you have an idea, let me know. Learning Java script. Okay, learning from JavaScript to React. Learning from JavaScript to React.js. We will get to the end of this matter. 7 weeks remaining. Okay. All right. This is H1, right? And let's say we want some image. Let me see what we have here first. My last server is working. This is the highest or the biggest header there is in HTML. There's nothing bigger than this again that HTML can produce. I'm not aware. And that's where CSS comes in handy. If you want something bigger than this, CSS can make you have it. All right. So let me try to find an image. Let's see. Let me look for React. JS PNG. Okay, let's say icon. Images. I have to choose. Okay. Which one? Let's choose this one. And load this. Is it save? Okay. Save it as I'm gonna create a new directory here. I will call this one image like the convention. you know, images, and then yeah, good. So I'll open it and save the image inside it. What I've done is I've created a new directory. Look at it here. Inside this directory, learning React. Inside this folder, there's another folder called images now, and inside there is this image. Is it showing or not? Okay. Coming background though. That's the thing with all this funny thing. I want to rename it. Let's manage it like that. Even with the background, let's just manage it. It's not transparent after all. So I'll call this one React icon. So React icon is the name now. We're making progress. So back to a practice of HTML. So I want that image here. What do I do? So I use the image tag and SRC, right? SRC, the source will be images. If I beat you, images slash the name of the image, I think is React. VS Code. I try, and then I close this. So let's see. Okay, let's see our live server. All right, so the guy is here now. Is here. I don't like this background though. Can't you just give me something that does not have background? Okay, let me take something that looks like the background of environment, something like this. That's okay. I'll call this one icon 2. So it's there. So let me change this to icon 2. Icon 2 JPG. Interesting. So icon 2 VS Code. Kudos. Live server. What have you got? Yeah, so we've got it here. Then okay, so let me start a new paragraph here. Let's save this. That's something it will be introduced the other time. Something that will make this thing not span this space, not go beyond this space. What's that again? Test wrap, something wrap. Let me know it now.
It's wardrobe. You get it from view.
View, wardrobe. That's the wrapper now. This one, yeah,
Down.
okay. All right, thank you. Emphasis. Isn't that spelling? Let's now see what we've got here. All right. Where are we now? Now let's just read this. This is the second header, right? Second header 2, and second header could be bigger. All right. Now, second header has to be smaller to be lower. But let's now do some CSS work, some CSS stuff. So, of course, the convention is to create a directory named styles. Then inside it, we go and start. I'm going to call it practice.css as well. That's not convention actually. So, practice.css. What do I want to do here? I want to state that when you see, just to show you the kind of possibilities, things that wouldn't have been possible with HTML that becomes possible. I mean, how, because HTML can actually, you can actually start with HTML. You can actually put out those things, background color, things like that. Yeah, it's actually possible. I think so. But you see, not as possible as it is when you're using a CSS cascading style sheet, right? CSS file, CSS language. Okay, so I want to state that whenever you see H2, how do we, let's start from test color? Is there something like that? Test color. Yeah, should be. There should be. Test. There's no test color. Okay, maybe I should start on test. Line, is that test size? Test size adjust. I thought there's test size in this place. Somebody talk to me. I thought okay, let's try this. 100. I wonder how large this will be now. Besides, everything I'm doing here will not reflect until I link it. And to link it to this place, I use the yeah, you want to see something? You want to see something? So this is how we link it, and the name of the file inside the styles directory is this practice.css, and you want to indicate that is a style sheet you're dealing with. I probably want to state the type. If you ask me, I don't even know the essence. I don't know yet the essence of doing this. You know, we are in the moment where I want to understand why everything is working the way it's working, and it's fine. It's fine. Within a short while, I should be able to tell exactly why. But I discovered this one. I tried working without putting this guy, and I discovered that it was not giving me the effect. I mean, it was not allowing me manipulate very well. Yeah, Ibrahim, talk to us.
Does that mean that this link now, the last, this very line that you are,
Yes.
it will reflect all the content you do now with this statement that you're about to write now? If you just,
Yes.
once you finish set it, anything now you do on CSS, it will not reflect on this page.
Yes. Yes. Because this is external styling I'm doing. It's not internal. It's not inline. So this is how we connect the external styling so that it takes effect on the document. Thank you. Mute your mic, please. Thank you. Like, where are we now? I hope I'm not missing anything. So that I was thinking we have something called test size actually, but let's just go ahead. Let's see what is happening there. Okay, so it's not working. It's not it. Let me just forget about this guy's suggestions and see whether this thing works. It's underlining. So what's happening? Apply test size, CSS unknown property.
It's font size, not text size.
Oh, thank you. Font and the capable for me to be suffering here. Yeah, you can choose among these ones. I don't want to choose. I want to have something bigger than HTML's other one. So let me go with should I go 50? Let me make it bigger. 70 So, all right. So, lifesaver, you can see now CSS has given us something bigger than what HTML would have given us. This is the biggest thing HTML has to offer. This is the biggest. Okay, we can also use this guy. HTML has those tags now, center, what, but I think it's good to just put your text in the HTML, put it in segment like the divs, the what's the background now? Is this span? You put them together, group them the way you want to group them, and then come to CSS and do your styling. I mean, it's cool that way. It's cool that way. And so what else I want to add here now? Okay, I don't want to dwell on more styling. Is DOM you're talking about, right? So DOM basically is like having a model, a representation of this as objects, because that's how do I communicate this? The browser, this browser you're seeing here now, is not receiving these things. Is creating something else from where it is able to interpret what we have in the file. Let me see whether I can use the whiteboard. To illustrate that. So let me choose my drive. I think I have a whiteboard for this series. Yeah, there we go. It's shared with you, so you can just come back to the whiteboard even when you're offline and you have access to it. Yay! So we started. We've gone far. Let me not waste this page. So I guess I was trying to illustrate array indexing arrays on this page. So I'm taking this off. So we just that's that kind that clears the page. There's a function, there's a button that clears this page. Okay, clear frame. Great. So I was trying to say that since we have, okay, let me use this test. All right, let me just put something like this. Make it something like this. It look like this. So all of this thing that we have here, let's say let me just take from here. From here, if I send you, good. From here, so we have them. I paste it here. Okay. Make it smaller so I can have another one. I hope it's still clear enough for you to see. I have another one here. So an emulation of these things that are here. That's what DOM actually is. It now has a copy of this thing, create another copy, presenting it as an object. We've talked about object in JavaScript, right? And that's not the first time most of us are hearing about objects. Some of us know Python programming. So it is from this one. That's tree-like. Let's say tree-like representation. Let me do something like this. We are okay. There's a body. And let me put it at the center. And inside body, we have, let's say H1. Yeah, we have H1. And we have what else do we have? We have image, and then we have the paragraph P, and then inside H1 nothing more. Inside image nothing more. Inside the paragraph we have text. Okay, we also have H2 as well. H2 is also one of the things we have in the body. H2. So nothing more, but this one is a simple one. Otherwise, we have had something more. But inside the paragraph, we now have some tests. Tests. Of course, to access a test is easy. Once anything you do to paragraph, you're into this test because inside we even have emphasize inside. Okay, apart from the test, we have emphasize inside. Did it do anything on my browser? I emphasize. I didn't see it. Okay, it did. So it italicized it. Okay. So something like this is created that the browser now looks at, that and does its interpretation from. And because this thing is created, this is like an API. I don't know whether we said all of this. Well, for the fact that we didn't record that part, so let me just say it. Come on, duplicate this thing for me. API. What is API? We are talking about application programming should I put two of these interface. So it's like an API because it's the interface through which you can perform some programmings. You can, what is programming? I mean, giving instructions to the machine, right? Is it not? So you can do that through here. This gives you access to this document because when you do inspect, what you're seeing is not actually the direct HTML file. I captured that part of the video when we will show you some changes that was happening on the console that was not on the HTML file. So that thing you're accessing directly is actually not the HTML file itself, but that thing now is the representation of the DOM. I mean, that the browser caught, the way he caught it and the way he read it, the way it interpreted it and gave it out. So the browser is interpreting what is happening, on, like it has its own interpretation and is giving it out. And then you don't need to bother about making this guy to be in sync with this guy. You don't need to make the document object model to be in sync with this guy. That's not your business. If you change anything here, it will happen here. The sync will happen. You know, it will happen by default because that's sync. Right? So that's why it's called an API. If you've gone to the level in LX where you're where you've talked about API, where you've tried to build some you talk about Python networking. Oh, okay, I think I should stop now if I confuse somebody. Okay, that's it. Back to our file. So to cause changes in this DOM, in this to this object that is presented here, to cause changes here, you need a scripting language. Well, yeah, I'm a newbie, so I don't know much about scripting languages. I just know, I only know a few of them. Bash, JavaScript, configuration management. Okay, that one is manifest, not really script. As Puppet. And a few of them, but in this case, now the scripting language we need is JavaScript. So JavaScript can access this guy. It has several methods, you know, that you could use to access this guy. Sorry, it can access this guy, and it has several methods that it can apply to this guy. Several methods that when it does it to this guy, it will fetch, it will cause changes to what is inside the main document. Right. So the essence of all these explanation is to inspire you. I mean, to make it easy for you to understand when you open that document to read, or when you open some tutorial, when you take a look at some tutorial, you know, because this is the journey, right? This is day 10. You don't want to be lagging behind this journey. It's not easy for us. It's not easy. It's not easy. Me right now, I have several undone projects. My score is being affected. In fact, the last project needed okay, I know this is recorded, but okay, let me just stop here. Let me not say it now. Okay. All right. Where are we now? I was trying to do something. Okay, let's say we want let's do something to the body. So anything I do to this body now, we'll go and look for the body tag and apply it. Why is in the line now? VS Code users do not use empty rules set, CSS, empty rules, body, specify what? Somebody talk to me, what am I doing wrong? Do not. What? Nobody's talking. Nobody's talking now. Background color. I want to give it some color. Yeah? Okay, it's because it was empty. Should I use this one? Let me use this one. Aquamarine as the background color, and let's see what happens. Yay! It's working. It's working. It's working. It's working. Okay, let me try to centralize everything that's in the body. So test align or is it content or align content or test align? I think align item will be fine. Great. So align item to the center. If it doesn't work, I'll do something else. It didn't work. So let's do test align. Don't spoil my class for me. I have to work now. And so I'm using the wrong. So center. See. Woo, everything is now in center. And the thing about this, one interesting thing about this whole thing is that even in HTML, I mean, okay, let's focus on CSS now. If I go and apply something else to this H guy, it will disobey this whole body and obey what is inside it. What I mean is this: if the concept of global scope and local scope, right? If I come here and say, don't follow this guy, although this guy is going center, don't follow it. Go another place. So let's align. Let me go left. Let's see, left. It will listen to this guy first and disobey this guy, because this guy now is the body. So, and you know that the body is everything. The body is carrying everything. But once you go and put a counter instruction inside one particular tag, or one sub tag or something, maybe it's a list, you now apply that style to that particular tag. Even inline. Okay, let's not talk about inline styling. I mean, I want to assume that you know about external style sheet, inline styling, and internal styling. I want to assume, but see what happens now after this guy to move left. So I expect it not to follow the entire body again. So it's left. It's not in the center. Watch the difference. If I comment this line off, watch now. It's now in the center. All right, so making progress. So it's looking like a website, right? It's looking like a website. So the on click, the on this, the on that, the on what, they are called event listener. Before we talk about event listener, now I need to understand that this guy now is grabbing, is actually trying to get access. What guy am I talking about? I'm talking about the guy that is set to be created, and the name of that guy is script. Usually by convention, it is put. Come on, open this thing now. It's put inside a. Where am I? No, not here. I don't want it here. Click out. I want a new folder called scripts. So in scripts, I want to create a new file now called practice.js. Practice.js. I'm not doing anything in particular. I don't know. I'm not even doing anything in particular here. Like, my mind is actually blank. I'm just writing. But I just want you to appreciate the fact that this guy now will be accessing that document object model and picking any part of that object that he wants. It will go to the model, pick any part of the object that he wants, and do anything to it that you instruct it to do. Of course, he wouldn't go and pick it without you. You have to be the one instructing you to go and pick it. And for you to instruct you to go and pick it, you don't need to be scared of how they do it. Don't be scared of plenty of methods, one after the other. From what I've learned, I think there are about 3 methods that you must use that you're likely to compulsorily use on documents. I want VS Code. I thought you used to suggest those things. What happened to you today? Yeah, query selector is one of them, and then another one is called get something by ID. Get element by ID. Yes, all these ones, get element by class, get element by name. Don't be scared of all these things. You're just saying that. I mean, I could go here and say in this place now, say and have several. Of course, it's not possible that I'll have only one paragraph. What kind of landing page would that be? It might be possible anyway, but I might have different paragraphs, right? But I may not give an ID, a particular ID to a paragraph. I say your name now is Topman. I don't know the convention for naming them. I don't know. I say your name now is Topman. So if I go to my style Although I have styled body, and then I have another style that styles, let's say I have another style here that styles the paragraph, every paragraph. So every paragraph follows that style. I could go and indicate that, hello, there's a paragraph, is it dot? I'm not sure. Is it actual? Dot is for class. Okay, hash is for ID, right? If I'm not mistaken. So I can go and say, stop man, something like this. Somebody tell me that I'm wrong or right. So I can. What I'm saying is, I can basically, my mindset. I am not syntax based when I'm learning these things. I learn what is happening. Syntax is not a problem at all. Google is there. But this time, when you're looking for the syntax, you now understand exactly what you're doing. You're not just going to the same website. You're not copying the website you see and start changing things to customize it there. No, this one now you can build from the scratch. You know exactly what you want. So when you're searching for syntax is just how to do it. What should I put here? What character should I put here to make it work? So me, I'm not a syntax person. I just want to know how it works and exactly what I can do, and then the syntax is not a problem at all. Syntax is not a problem at all. Yeah. So I can address that particular paragraph called Topman by its ID and say, hello, this thing I'm asking you to do now, do it to only Topman, the paragraph that has the ID Topman. Or I could give you the class as well. So do it to every class that has this name. Do it to them. That's by the way. I said that to what was I trying to explain? If I said that, I think I was trying to explain something. Okay. I think I should just comment this off. I may do something with it. I was trying to explain something. I was trying to land. I think I forgot. I forgot you wanted to land with that explanation, but at least you got something, right? Just know that what you are doing here in this JS file now, this the DOM is just to catch something there and bring its model here, its resemblance, its representation, its object representation. That's what you're bringing. Is like importing it to this place, so making it available here. So when we make it available here, we can do to it what we want to do to it. We can make it function the way we want to make it function. So if I had a button here, okay, let's leave button first. Let me work with this. So let me declare a variable, because of course I don't want to change this. I'll call this header 2. Yeah, let me catch header 2. So I'll call this header 2. I choose to give it this name, okay? So I've declared a variable, a constant variable, by doing this. Stop underlining my this thing now. What is the problem? Stop VS Code. VS Code should calm down now. When I finish, then you can underline. So I'll say it's equal to document dot, because document, when I do this, it will do its work, but I need the result of this command, this instruction I'm giving. I want the result of it to be stored in this variable called header 2. That's the reason why I'm assigning its value to this place. So document.querrySelector, I want you to get for me any tag that has h2. Go get it for me. Semicolon. So what I want you to do for me is that apply this guy. It will be used it some minutes ago. Go and change the content inside that tag. Go and change it content to let me give you the string. So today this is section 4, right? Section 4, day 10. Wow, 10 days in the journey. It's not interesting? Very interesting. Okay, I want you to do this to it. Let's see what happens now. Okay, I've not linked it yet, right? I've not linked it, so I don't expect any change. So to link this one, just like we use the link tag here, to link this one now, you saw we'll be doing it live and direct inside the file, but this one I'm going to link it. Usually it's here. You may want to explain, if you remember, the reason why we put this script tag as the last thing before the close tag of the body. Who knows why? Please explain. I actually do not remember why now. So here I want to now state that it's inside the script directory, and go there and get me practice.js. I think this will do. I can close it now. All right, let's see whether our script is working or not. Dun. Refresh. Did you see that? Did you see that? Did you just see that? So that is one thing you should just take home, that there are several things you can do. So for the several things, we did not gather here to learn the several things. These are our guidance actually to see what you have done with the several things. To see, to inspire one another, go and do something. So start building projects. After this week, next week, we'll pick up a project, open source development, that we'll do. Each and every one of us will contribute to it. Let me know those who are really in the matter. You contribute to it and make it, I don't know, just think of something, maybe something simple, and suggest, please, after this meeting, suggest in the WhatsApp group what you would like us to work on. I'm sorry, those of us watching that are not really part of this are watching, are being inspired to just push. Basically, we are I mean, we go our separate ways, we read things, a lot of it which does not make sense. So we'll come together like this and talk like this. Some of the things will start making sense to us. That's what happens here. So you cannot depend on all this recording and say you're going to be a real developer. You need to do some studying on your own, because we did a lot behind the scene, right? We did more behind the scene than these few hours we spent in these live sections together. Okay, so don't blame us if we tend to be going, if we are not very beginner friendly, but I think to understand we are. Yeah, thank you very much. So I have done something to this guy with my JavaScript. So I can use the should I use the where can I use the click function here now? Let's say I want something to happen when you click on this guy. Da, 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 da. Okay. Somebody suggest and what suggest a scenario that will make me need the click function. Somebody should suggest. Suggest now. Think fast. We just stop here. Wow. This guy has my exact HTML code. Even where I put comments. Okay. And this one has a style. Interesting. So H2. You can, but inside its own. So this is the DOM, right? You create a model, but inside its own, see what is there now. Section 4. It has made a sync between the original HTML that it got and the change that JS did to it. Nobody's talking. Oh, maybe what can I do to this? What?
So we are following.
You're following. I asked the question, nobody's answering. Maybe we should create a website with HTML, CSS, and JS, at least front end, and even back end. Come on, we've got some good back end developers here. And doing back end and to be some of our projects, to put it out there as Code Tribe, open source project, and then we link our feedback form to it. We will link that my quiz app to it, and we just keep going. On click. If we look at this document, what do I need? How will you suggest I implement on click now? Okay, so okay, so let's have a button. let's identify. So I want to try to put a button that when you click on it, it asks you to put your name on the browser. Once you put your name, it will greet you. Identify yourself. Would this do? Would this do? Would this do? Would this do? Let's see. I think I want to have it down here. Font size. Is there anything as font size here? You need to go and do it either way. It's okay. But let me see what it looks like first. Okay, so we'll have identify yourself here. Let's make it sweeter. Identify yourself. So I want to have it so that when we click it now, I'm clicking on it, what is happening. I can, it's those experience that when you hover around, oh, there's a default. There's a default reaction when I hover around it. See what happens when I take my mouse close. I thought I might have to set everything myself. So it has a default. Okay, that's interesting. That HDMI project, the HTML, the front end gave me the experience of, hover. All right. Identify yourself. Somebody help me. Oh yeah. Yeah, we're supposed to do this together, right? You know HTML and CSS. I talk. I want to make this button bigger and colorful. Somebody should talk now.
Go to style.
I like that. Do you understand it? I want to learn some new things. Okay.
Call button. Say button.
Okay.
Then add padding.
Padding. Padding what? Just padding.
Just put padding. Then put like 10px or 15px.
10px or 15px. Maybe we should try the boot and see which one you want. 10px will do this. And 15px will look like this. Which one do you want?
15 is okay.
All right. So the text should be bigger a bit.
Then we should say font size.
Okay.
Just can give it 20px.
20 pixels will look like this. It makes the padding more obvious. Okay. 20 pixels.
Then
Okay.
it can be the background color. Let's say background color of red.
Red.
Or brown. Anyone. Okay.
Brown.
Red is okay. No,
Okay.
red is okay.
It looks like this. Okay.
Then give it a border radius.
Come again.
Border radius. Border radius. Border
What?
radius.
Order radius.
Border radius.
Okay. Border radius. Okay.
Let's just say 5px. Let's try 5px.
5 pixels looks like this. And it's white by default. That's interesting.
Let's make it 10. Make it 10.
All
Make it
right. 10 px looks like this.
This one is okay.
All right.
Then
Please, sorry. Radius, if you wonder what radius is this thing that makes it not look like complete square. Like this small slant you're seeing here. That's what is happening. Nobody should be confused in this class. Okay, go ahead. So.
okay. Then should we remove that background color? Maybe we do. It's okay, right?
If it's talking about you, it's talking about us. Basically, we want to get to the point where we implement the on click on it. So
Please remove the outline.
it will be speaking. It will have to do what?
Remove the outline. It's not looking the outline. Make it known of the
You've come.
button.
You've come.
So just outline.
Just do outline.
None. Yeah.
None.
Yes.
You've come. This is not graphic designing now. You've come with your graphic designing thing. So
Sorry. And then do border none too.
border. No. She's telling me sorry. And she's still doing more.
You continue.
You see, now you're making it red not to look very fine again here now.
It's better off like this than you can do any other thing you want to. But it's better without that white. Yeah, HTML kind of gives you that default white.
Yeah. Okay.
But you can
But
just add the border red, then add hover. When it's hover, the border will be there, then the background will be
okay,
transparent.
don't take it. Don't make it too complex now. We are good. We are good. It is okay. Does this have to be white? Does it have to be white inside? This
Yeah,
red is not
white is
looking very
okay.
beautiful anyway. Okay.
And you can put
It's
it
all
brown.
right. It's all right.
Will you add
Okay.
hover? Add hover to it now.
Okay. Brown. So what happens when we hover? And how do I hide the hover? How do I add the hover?
Go to the next line and call button. Button, you see hover.
Button. Did you say C?
Then add colon.
Column. Like this.
Yeah, say
Mm-hmm.
hover. Hover.
Hover. Hover. Hover. Hover. Okay. Next.
Then say background color.
Okay. Like inside like
Yeah,
this.
yeah, like that.
All right. Background color.
You just say transparent.
Transparent. It's transparent now.
Just type
Okay.
transparent. Then say border.
Border.
You just say 2px. 2
2 pixels. Yeah.
solid brown. Solid brown.
Solid brown.
Space. Key space.
Space. Okay.
For what? Why not leave it at the red? A red border with the transparent background. The brown will look like color riot.
No,
Use the red.
the background is already brown. So if you should put the border brown, should be better.
The background is brown or green.
The background is brown. Like the main button background is brown. So the hover will remove the
Red.
background.
Okay. Sorry, I thought you guys were using red.
No, no.
So the hover is supposed to remove the background, the brown, and help us see the green. Is it not?
Yes. Just
Great.
solid brown.
I don't know why this guy is not suggesting it. So you're sure that this is okay? Solid brown.
No, remove the hyphen. Remove the hyphen.
Okay. Oh.
Then
I mean,
do
you put 3 instructions here at once. It should
yeah.
be solid. It should be 2 pixels, and it should be brown colored. Okay.
Do the cursor.
Cursor. Mm-hmm.
Pointer.
Pointer. Great.
Yeah, save it. Let's see.
All right. It says automatically. So let's hover around and see what happens. Down. This brown doesn't. Okay. Down. So hover around it. You have some brown border, and it goes transparent. So hover around it. This is interesting. Okay. Doesn't look
So
like the best we could do, but it's fine for a demo, for learning like this. Okay. Thank you, sir. Now, who wants? I think I should even let us do it. And how do we now make that guy? How do we now achieve it such that when I click on this guy, it will now give me a prompt. I should enter my name. Once I enter my name, it will now print out. It will now print out "Hello, Topman." So, we want to implement the on-click event listener. That means it listens for what is happening here. JavaScript, it listens. So that guy, just the way the CSS is listening, he has instructions to listen. When this guy comes close, what happens? So JS has event listeners, which it will be demonstrated some some minutes ago. So how do I now make this guy? So I'll come here. If I click, now I'm clicking, nothing is happening. If I hover around, something is happening. So if I click, I want you to ask my name. If I enter my name on this web page, it should say welcome Topman or hello Topman or something.
I think you create a variable.
Should it be constant or should it be let or const or var?
Use let. Or
Okay.
use const. Use const.
Are you sure? Okay, const. So let's call this
Let's
what
call it
now?
name. Let's
User
call it
name.
name.
Okay.
Now say
What?
equals prompt.
Prompt. Okay.
Equals prompt. The name
Then
should be equals to prompt. Like you are assigning prompts to the name.
I just did that. Is your network slow?
Okay. Yeah. Now open bracket. Put a string. What is your name?
Okay.
Okay.
Next.
Then create another this thing, another variable.
Okay. Const let. Anybody can help? Oh.
Say const now.
Const
Const message. Const
message.
msg.
All right.
Can say equals. Then you can use literal and say hello name.
Literal like this. Are you
No,
sure?
not that is not literal. Literal like the said one.
The backtick.
Is that what you call literal in JavaScript?
Template literal.
Yeah, template
Whoa.
literal.
It's not this
Wow.
one that is called template literal. It's what you are doing that's called the template literal.
It's okay.
And you can say
So
hello. And say hello. Then put this. What is this sign called? This dollar sign. Exactly. Name.
all right. Mm-hmm.
How are you doing? Then just outside of it, you can say how are you doing.
Which one is how are you doing again now? How are you doing? This is enough. Leave the how are you doing. Okay. Let's make it work first. So this is it. What next?
Then we can get the DOM of our button. The name of the button is button, so you can just say btn const btn equals to const btn
Okay.
btn equals to.
Can someone else continue this thing? Why is he the only one talking? Why is he the only one talking?
I want to
Others should
nominate
talk now.
continue.
No, nominate someone to continue. Thank you so much. Thank you. I'm trying to familiarize with your algorithm. I would have gone this way. I would have gone about it this way, but at least I think it's making sense the way you're doing it. So someone else, continue this thing. I'm not letting
So
it go that again. Yes,
okay, I nominate Blessing Paul.
blessing Paul, you're welcome. Clap for her.
Hey.
The top from where I am is very noisy.
Your voice is noisier than the noise, so we can actually hear you. What do you think? Who else want to help? Please? Who else want to help? It is well. Okay, so Mr. Charles, finish what you started, please. Go ahead.
Okay. You can say documents dot get element by name. Then brackets can put button.
Button. Okay. Next.
Then you can say on click.
On click where?
That place, yeah.
Under.
Yeah, under, yeah.
Okay.
Or no, just call say btn dot on click.
Great. btn dot on click. Okay.
It's actually not selecting.
Mm-hmm.
Can you cancel it? Can you cancel it?
Yeah. It's cancelled.
Say on click.
On click.
On click bracket.
Brackets.
Mhm. Alert inside it.
Alert.
Yeah, the normal this thing now. Put the what is it called again? The semicolons or big colons. Yeah.
Double quote.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
double quote. Alert
Alert.
bracket. In bracket, then message
Mm-hmm.
MSG. So
Okay.
go back to this at the back of this complete. Put btn dot config. I'm not really sure, but I think this should work.
Yeah, it's good to try. So btn dot on click. Alert message. Okay. So let's read our knowledge of C now. First, you have a variable here. Now what it does is this. It calls the prompt function, which it's used to get input from the user, printing the string that it has as argument. Then you have guy storing some what's the right time again? String literal, right? And that involves the guy name. Maybe we should do another thing. I think this name. Um, let me
Can use
collect
your
the name.
your your name or anything at all.
I want to know why this guy
Okay,
is cancelled
okay,
here.
username.
There's this query that they have. We want to talk to something. Hold on, Vince. And then you're saying that button now is equal to button is getting what is here saved here, and you're saying that btn on
When
click should alert message. And now
yeah,
this guy does not look like you calling. I don't know. So
maybe you should
anyway,
put that. Maybe you should put that message in a this thing as a string.
as a
You get?
string,
Hmm.
I don't understand like this
Inside the message box. No, 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 no. Like at alert. That alert. The message inside that
yes
alert.
as a string like this. Is that
Yeah.
what you mean?
Yes.
Wow, all this
No, no,
looks
no, no. It didn't work. Remove it.
okay.
Let's just try this one. I think this should.
Everybody, do you have something to say?
Yeah, I'm a little bit concerned about the logic. I thought the idea was to click the button and then you get a prompt
All right, this
to
guy
No.
now. That's the
Okay.
idea actually. That's the idea. You click
Oh,
the button and you get the prompt.
Okay, I don't
sorry.
get
Right?
it.
I did.
You can see our live server is already giving us a button to put something inside. I don't know. Let's not
I
say
didn't
talk
really know
bad.
that was to say. Sha. Okay. Then click on the button.
Nothing is happening. All right.
Click on the
So
button.
I have done that. Nothing is happening. Okay. So for me, I my logic would have been to have a function that is called. So we now put the I think something similar to what we did, if not exact. We now call the on click and say on click call this function. On click call this function. Do you understand? I think I will stop this video here and leave it as an assignment. Look at what we did and how she did it. And then it's simple. If you are in C, for example, if you are in C programming, you would have done something like this. Sorry, I'm sorry if you don't. Let me. I think I should stop. You might not know C, so let me not. That's a problem. But I'm talking about you. First of all, you want to get input from the user, so you look for the function that gets input from the user, right? And that's able to print out some message. And then this is the function that gets input from the user, and is capable of printing out this message on the browser. Yes, we know, and giving you some field to type something in. So when you type in that thing, what happens next? We want you to now say to add hello to that thing. That's all we want you to do. But we don't want all of this to happen until the button is clicked on. We don't want this to happen. Any of these actions should not take place until the button is clicked on. So I think this is a good place to end. So it's an assignment for each and every one of us. Get it done and let us know through the WhatsApp group how you are able to implement it. And if you're watching and not really part of the team, let us know in the comment section how you are able to implement it. Get across to us. And okay, that'll be it for now. Any more questions?
No.
Yeah, you may meet your mic, please. Let me know whether others have questions. Alexis, just please mute your mic. Thank you. So, any questions? Any more questions? Are we still confused? Right now, the challenge is not understanding DOM again. The challenge is that you want to understand the particular syntax that will help you get certain things done. Right? Want to know how that on-click was implemented, and I want all of us to know how it was come up with an algorithm that will help you get it done. So we want this button. I'm going to push this to Git, as section 4. So the task is for you to get it and get it. I don't mind. I'll be expecting your pull request. I don't mind you pulling it and modifying it there, or you creating your own directory and putting your own answer. Let it work. Okay, let it work in your computer system. Let it work for us. We want to be able to click on this button and have a prompt come and asking for your name, and when you put your name, should say hello or say welcome, whatever it is. So we want to implement the on-click event listener, on a document object model using the scripting language JavaScript. Thank you very much for being part of today's section.